Hello guys, I hope you all are doing very well. Good afternoon to you all. In case you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Nancy. Welcome to my channel and thank you for clicking on my video. Quick reminder, don't fail to hit that red bell down there that says subscribe. Thank you as you do so. And as of those of you that has been supporting me all this while, my subscriber, thank you so much. God bless you. So on today's video, you guys have already seen what I want to talk about. I am so nervous. How my family survived coronavirus. Thank God that I'm here today. I'm able to share my story with you guys. So I'm going to be sharing the full story, how it happened and till now with you, and share this video because the reason behind me sharing my story, it's because I know that this is a moment that almost everybody in the whole part of the world, they are fighting against this virus. Everybody has, almost all of us has one or two persons, loved ones, friends, relations that are fighting for their life, that are in the hospital. So I just wish and hope that my story give hope to one person out there. That is the essence of me sharing this story. So it all started before the week that this lockdown, this total lockdown started. My husband travels a lot. He always travels. Every single week he travels. Even to those areas like Milano, Firenze. He went to visit his parents with the children. So that day was a Sunday, so I was at home doing my normal house chores. So he went to visit his parents that morning and they came back in the afternoon. So when they came back, he told me, "Oh, my father is sick. My father has fever, the running temperature." And I was like, "Your father was sick. Your father is sick. Now you not come back immediately. Why didn't you people come back immediately? Why must you stay there?" Because we all know that when someone has especially fever or cough, it is not right for you to be close to that kind of person because you don't really know if it's a normal fever or coronavirus fever. So I was kind of, why you not come house now? Why will you stay there if he has fever? And my husband said to me, "Don't now, it's just normal fever now, just normal fever, it's not a problem." So I said, "Okay, I hope so." So the next day I asked him, "How about your father with his temper? Is he okay now?" He said, "Yes, he's okay now." I said, "Okay, thank God." So 2 days later, he told me, "My father is not okay." So I was kind of, what do you mean by my father is not okay? But you told me your father is okay now. Why are you changing it? He said, yes, his father is not okay because the thermometer that the father was using to check his temperature is new. So the man is not kind of used to it. So that is why he was not able to tell if the thermometer was reading his temperature high or low, because the man is 76 years old. So that is why his father did not even know whether the thing was working or not. So I was kind of, okay. So what is going to happen? What should be the next step? Let them go and do the test, run this coronavirus test for them to see, because he has been having that fever for a week, for them to know what it is. Obviously, he could not go to the hospital. He called the doctor, and the doctor was treating him at home like that for just normal fever. After 10 days, the thing became very worse. The fever increase. So what next to do? After 10 days to 2 weeks, before the 14 days, they finally did this test to know if it is coronavirus or what was wrong with my father-in-law, of which they did the test, and the test was positive. Okay, my husband came home that day. He was kind of his face was red, kind of so restless. "What is it?" I asked him. He said, "My father tested positive." I was restless. I was going crazy. I was hot. I was kind of, moving around the house. I don't know what to do. I was kind of total confusion, total fear just gripped me from my head to my toe. I was just moving around. I take off my top that day. I was having long sleeve. I take it off because I was so hot that I went outside and I was kind of looking for hair, something to fan myself, because I was so hot that evening. I was crying. I cried bitterly. So what is next? I was crying because obviously the man is positive. Obviously the wife is going to be. And the children and my husband, they went to visit them. They went to visit them some days back. So the whole thing, which means we are all positive. I was crying that evening, and I pick up my phone and I called my brother, and I call my people, my brothers and sisters in Africa. So I called them, look at what is happening, what do I do now? Look at the situation of things now. And they were kind of saying, don't worry, nothing will happen. Make sure you always use your hand sanitizer. Make sure you always use your mask to cover your nose. Make sure you don't go out anyhow. So I was it was like, they don't even understand what I am saying. Because if I am telling you what is happening and you're telling me use your mask, use your hand sanitizer, it was like they didn't understand me. I was going crazy that evening. I was going like crazy. I called one girl, a friend of mine, and I told her, you have to please tell me something that can be able to calm me down, because I am going crazy. I'm crazy already. I need you to calm me down in any way you can, with anything. That was the word that I used for this friend of mine. And she was kind of, Nancy, what is it? Nancy, what happened? I said, I explained everything to her. And she was able to talk to me to the extent that before we ended that call, before I ended the call, that is, I was already even laughing, you know. She just made me laugh, make the whole thing easy on me that day when I called her. So, because I'm the kind of person that I hardly think negatively, I hardly see things in the negative side, no matter how obvious that thing is negative. I hardly proclaim negativity on things. That is my kind of person. But when I knew that my father-in-law was positive, even has fever, from that day, that is, fear just entered my mind until my husband told me that his father was positive. From that day, I have no peace in my mind. I have no peace with myself. My husband, the same thing. He was kind of very nervous. He was kind of, oh my God, it's my fault. I know that my father must have contacted this virus for me, because I am the one that always travel. It's my fault. He was just blaming himself. And I said to him, "Babe, what has happened has happened." My husband was just kind of so bitter. So see him the way I saw him that day, I have never ever seen him like that. And me myself, I was kind of so, that is, sadness and sorrow just kind of take over me. Crying for my children, crying for myself, the husband, my father-in-law. I was just crying for everybody. Obviously more for my kids, because there is no way we are going to be negative if these two people were positive, because my mother-in-law also tested positive, obviously. So we were just kind of, okay, what do we do now? What should we do now? What should be the next step? Since things has turned out to be like this, what is next to do? That day, I said, okay, I called a 118, the hospital line. I called them, I explained to them, and I kind of was asking them, so I don't know, is it able for us to do this test to know if we are negative or we are positive? Because I and my two children, my husband, so I would really love to know, because I don't have peace in me. And what they told me was that, Madam, do you have cough? I said no. They said, okay, your kids, do they have fever? Are they running temperature? Anybody? I said, for now, nobody. So, and the lady I was talking to on phone told me, Allah, there is no need for me for us to come and run test on you guys. But what they did, they said, okay, what will happen, I'm going to give you a number. In case maybe after some days you guys started running temperature, make sure you call this number, or started having cough, make sure you call this number. But for now, what we should do was that, because it was more than 10 days my husband went to see the parents already, so the nurse, the person that I was talking on phone, nurse or doctor obviously, so she said, what is going to happen, you guys should stay in your house for another 10 days, just like quarantine. Don't go out. Even if you want to buy anything from the supermarket, make sure you call supermarket. They gave me a number. So Call these people, they will bring anything you want from you, for anything you want in your house without you going out. Your husband also, you guys should not go out. My husband was kind of, he was so restless. He was the fear self that was in him. I have never seen him like that. Obviously, me too, I was, but all thanks to my friend Jenny that I talked to, that was able to bring me back to my real self. After that day that she talked to me, she was able to talk that fear out of me, and I was kind of, when we end the call that day, I was obviously smiling. When we end the call, I was kind of, what is wrong with me? If I would die tomorrow, will I start crying now? So that is my way of thinking changed automatically. And I said, I don't think crying will not solve this problem. I don't have to die before they even confirm if I'm positive or negative out of fear. So, and what really helped me a lot, to overcome that fear, to live my life as if nothing like this is in the family or is happening, was music. Constant listening to music, Christian music, any kind of, especially Christian music, because I love, that is one thing that always keep me going. I just love listening. I'm not the type that pray too much, but I just love praising God, thanking God, worshiping God. That is my own way, my own kind of prayer. Let me just put it like that. So I always listen to music. Obviously, all those videos that you guys have been seeing me uploading, they are not old videos, they are new videos. These YouTube videos that I was also doing also kept me busy. Facebook, I was looking for things to make me busy, to distract my mind totally from what was happening. So that was how I was able to be a little bit okay with myself, hide the remaining fear that was in me, hide it somewhere, and summon the courage to console my husband, to talk to my husband, because obviously both of us were totally break down. So one need to be there for the other. One need to make the other one at least not to die in fear before they even confirm the virus, if it is positive or negative. So I was the one that was consoling my husband, talking to him, trying to make him come out of that fear, trying to make him come out from that kind of blame that he was putting on himself. So, and my husband was kind of, you know, the one that was crying the other day, how come you are just like this? And I told him, even if I want to die tomorrow, will I start the crying today? So please, and trust me, if you are even positive of coronavirus or me, I am not going to die. Absolutely no. And you will not die, trust me. And my children will not die. So I know that even if eventually they came and run the test on us and we are positive, none of us will die. So why will I start crying? So let's just continue our life. That was what I told my husband. I kept on talking to him because he was always there trying to measure his temperature with thermometer every time, for you to know how restless he was, trying to measure the temperature of the children, trying to know if their body will change or not. So to God be the glory. We were still moving on. Then they finally took my father-in-law to the hospital. You know, his condition was already critical. They took him to the hospital, the wife also. So we were still here trying to think, are we negative, are we positive, what is going to happen? I was just kind of thinking a lot of things. My father-in-law, such a wonderful people, such a love. You can't just help yourself not to love those two people, even if you don't even know them. The kind of people they are just too lovable. I was kind of, oh God, is it the last time I will see this man? Just like that, no burial, no nothing, no phone calls, even the wife. Is it how their life will end? I was kind of asking God all these things. I was kind of thinking all these negative things, because we all know that people like that, old people with especially some kind of sickness already, of which the man has diabetes, high blood pressure, even the woman. So they are old, but at the same time they are not totally okay, physically okay. So I was kind of because we all know that they have less chance to survive. I was kind of, oh God, don't let them die. I don't know how you are going to do it, but I don't know how you're going to make them survive this, but just do something because you can do it. So pray to God for them to be able to come out of it. Especially the man, because my mother-in-law, she's the type that she has serious health issue. Even with just common breeze that will just pass her, she will just fall sick. So the aspect of the woman, trust me guys, I totally lost hope because of the kind of health condition that she has. Just focusing my prayer for the man, I just kind of lost hope for my mother-in-law. Oh God, I don't know how you're going to do it, but do something. Don't let them die like this, because it's so heartbreaking knowing that you losing your loved ones, people that are very dear to you. There won't be any burial. You don't even have the opportunity to say goodbye to them, to bury them properly. It's just so heartbreaking because of this coronavirus. After the 10 days that they told us to stay in the house, after that 10 days, so none of us had fever, none of us have cough, we were still okay. So we were able to go out. I was able to go back to my supermarket to buy my things the way I've always done. And my husband was able to go back to work. Still hoping, still praying, God, we can't be positive and we are not going to be positive. After some few days, they called and they said the woman was getting better. My mother-in-law was getting better. Glory be to God. So she was no longer in the terapia intensiva. So now she was just breathing with the oxygen by herself. The woman, to cut the long story short, the woman recovered quickly. She that I just kind of gave up. I don't know, she recovered so fast that she spent 1 week, 2 days in the hospital before they discharged her. When they discharged her, she was already negative. So after she is at home, they run the second test on her, prove again negative, because if they discharge anybody with this virus, they must run they must run the test twice that will confirm you're negative before you can declare that you're negative. So it was remaining my father-in-law. I was kind of very happy, but remaining my father-in-law and we ourselves. What was our fate? What is the fate of my children and everybody? So after the 10 days, like I said, none of us was positive, and we started living our life. Charged my mother, now it is mainly my father. We kept on praying, we kept on hoping that there should be good news. The man spent 3 weeks in the hospital, 2 weeks. The 3rd week, he was out of the terapia intensiva and he was able to breathe with the oxygen gradually, little by little. Without the oxygen, he was getting better and he was able to call with his phone. Hearing from him, I was just so happy. I don't know how God did it, but he did. And they finally discharged him, ran the test on him also twice. That confirmed he was negative, and they discharged him. The good news of what happened to me, the challenges that I faced all this month, for more than 1 month, the fear, the trauma, the sadness that was inside of me. I am just so happy that I am here today to thank God with you guys, sharing my story out there, because this can only be God.
my children and the children and my husband, they went to their parents that was positive of coronavirus, not knowing. And at the end of it all, to confirm if we were positive or not, despite none of us were having fever or cough, they finally did the test. We also tested negative. We all tested negative. I don't know how God did this, but trust me, this can only be the work of God, because there is no way you can come in contact with coronavirus patients, play, eat with the person, do things with those kind of people. At the end of the day, you turn out to be negative while they are positive. It is only God. I don't know how he did it, but he did it for me. He did it for my husband. He did it for my children. He did it for those two, my father-in-law and mother-in-law, that I almost lost hope because of their health condition. God also proved himself in their life. They were able to come out of it sound and healthy. I just can't thank God enough. I just can't thank God enough for his mercy upon me and abundance of grace upon my family. For us to be able to walk out of coronavirus, it can only be God. So happy. I am so thankful for this that he has done. I just want you guys to just share this video, because a lot of people out there battling for their life. A lot of people are there praying to God. All of us are praying to God. I just want you guys to share this video, so that at least to give hope to at least one person, because we are almost in the same shape. To give hope to one person, just one. That is the essence of me sharing my story with you guys. I am so happy and I am so thankful to God for making my children, my husband, myself, my father-in-law and mother-in-law that are more than 75 years old, even with their health condition, to make them to survive this. I am just so grateful. It is not something that you will wish even your worst enemy. I went through hell, but at the same time, I was not even able to show it out, because my husband own was even too much that I have to hide my own and begin to talk to him and begin to try to bring down his own fear. If you have any story, I will definitely love to hear from you guys. So those that were not able to survive, I just pray that may the good Lord grant their soul eternal rest, and may the Holy Spirit, the great comforter, comfort these people that has lost their dear ones. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.